Hey guys, it's WritingChick here, and I'm sorry for my pajama look. It's just I am very tired from work and stuff. Yes, I finally have a job, so yeah. But basically, this video is about the whole Bruce Jenner interview that happened last night. I actually finished watching it this morning because I was asleep by 8:30 last night because I was exhausted. But I don't know where to begin on that. Well, I guess I'll talk about my experience with transgender. I actually don't have that much experience because most of my people that I know are either gay, bisexual, or straight. So I don't really understand the whole transgender thing. So I don't know how I personally feel about that because it's just weird to me because I haven't touched on that subject. But basically, I just feel, I don't know. I can't comprehend what transgender people are going through. I will never understand because I don't have that mentality or that need to be someone else and to feel like I'm trapped in my own body. Like, I don't think I can ever understand that. But it's just amazing of how many things people go through, and like I said, I've never been exposed to the transgender world, so I can't really be a voice for that. But I can be a voice of people who don't understand and who want to understand, because to me, people should be happy with whoever they are, and no matter if they're gay, straight, bi, transgender, they should just really be themselves and just be happy. And I really hate bullying, like I really do. But with the whole transgender interview with Bruce Jenner, it kind of opened my mind a little bit of how people can be perceived to be one thing and then want to be another person because they have to hide because they're ashamed. And especially with people in the public eye, they have to hide a lot because they are always on that spotlight. They're always there. And it just sucks for him because he wants to go through this process, and of course paparazzi's right there, and they're like tormenting him and being bullies. But I really hope nothing but the best for him. And of course it'd be kind of weird to whatever name he comes out with her name. It's just gonna be weird because of course everybody knows him as Bruce Jenner, and the people the ex-husband for Kris Jenner for the Kardashians, and the Bruce Jenner of winning the Olympics. But if he's happy, then there's nothing I can do. Let me correct. If she's happy, there's nothing I can do. I just wish her all the best. I did look up some transgender people like Jazz. Like, I approve of her, and she's a beautiful young woman, and I wish she could do my hair and makeup because she looks fabulous all the time. But I'm very proud of her, and her stepping up at a very young age for the transgender community is very powerful of her, and because she will be in that spotlight, and she's just like, you know what, haters, you can do what you want, but this is who I am. This is who they're supposed to be. It's very confusing, that's for sure, because like I said, I've never been in that situation. I've never been in that environment with someone before. But for me, if that's who they are, then let them be. Like, I really hate people that bully people, and I really don't like the whole, you know, like the parent community for school. So for some certain school districts are just like, well, we don't want a boy in there. I'm like, or we don't want a girl in there. Well, that's not who they are. They're trying to be that boy. They're trying to be that girl, and let them be that way with girls. And if their friends are comfortable with it, why shouldn't they be allowed to be in that area? And maybe it will help them explore that world more because they grew up being that other gender, and maybe being in that environment will help them become who they are. And in that process, because it's a very difficult process, especially if you're a teenager trying to go through that, and maybe that can help them. Like, I really don't understand why parents and other people are bullying them. Like, let them be. Like, I don't understand, like, why does the world have to be straight? Why does the world have to be black and white? Why can't the world just be full of many colors and things like that? I'll never be in their shoes, but I always think of my situation. Like, if I was told to never get help, if I was told just to hide away my depression and never get help, or to hide my creativity, or that writing was a stupid thing to do, I'd be very crushed. Or if someone told me that the person I fell in love with was not the person I should. But I think for America, we just need to be very open-minded, and we need to raise our kids to be very open-minded. And I don't like how news people or parents or grandparents, like, I can understand the grandparents, especially my grandparents, because they grew up in a world that was not like that, so they don't understand. But like, how kids are raised nowadays, they should be raised in a, I don't know, in a very open-minded household. Like, if my child came up to me and told me, Mom, I'm gay, Mom, I'm a lesbian, Mom, I'm attracted to both genders, Mom, I don't want to be this gender anymore, I also love my child the same. And it's just not fair. And if they have questions, they should, you know, be respected, and we should answer them as best as we can, and just tell them that who they are on the inside should be produced outside. And it's wrong to be like, no, you have to conceal it, no, you have to do this, you have to be perceived as normal. Like, don't let them be normal. Let them be who they are and how they're supposed to be, because that's the beauty of being yourself, is that you're different from everybody else. Yeah, you want to be the same. Yeah, you want to have the same interests as people. And yeah, you want to be beautiful and all this other stuff. You want to be handsome. You want to be this and that. But the beauty of being yourself is that the world will never have a person like you. And I really go out to the people who have lost family members or friends, who committed suicide over these problems, even like if they're gay, or if they're not being understood, they're not being who they are, or if they're transgender. Like, I go out to those families because it sucks to know that you tried to help them, but the world kept shutting them down. And I really like Jazz and Bruce Jenner and all the other transgender people. Like, I give them a hand, basically, because they're telling everybody, like, committing suicide is the easy way out. And don't do it. Don't. You should be who you are. And yeah, it's going to be a fight. Yeah, it's going to be a struggle. But in the end, it's going to be worth it, because you're going to be who you are. And if I'm not very into the community of where I live, but if there was a transgender parade or a gay parade or anything like that, I would be there supporting them, because it's who they are, and everybody just wants to be happy. And it sucks that older generations are shutting them down, and they're just condoning it. They're like saying you're gonna go to hell. Like, I really hate it when people do that, because don't do that to them, because you're not God. You'll never be God. God will judge them when it's time to be judged, when they die, or when Judgment Day comes. Like, God will judge everybody on their own. And us as humans, like as normal humans, we are very sinful with many things. Like, we cheat, we divorce, but yet they don't really talk about that as being a sin. They talk about being gay or being transgender or being creative. It's just not fair that no matter what younger generation, my generation, can do, they're always being judged for everything and being told what to do, and that we're gonna burn in hell one day. It's just not fair for those people. And just to put it out there, for me, as my personal advice, is that keep fighting. I have depression. I'm very unique. I'm very different. And no, I can't relate to you who's ever watching this. I cannot relate to you who is going through different changes and trying to make sure that their body can cope with what they feel on the inside and want to be male or female. Like, I personally cannot understand what you're going through, but I know what it's like to feel like you're being shut down and not being heard, because for months on end I was not being heard of that I need to get help, and it sucked every second of every day, and it probably sucks for you even more because you're being tormented and bullied. But if your friends and if your family can back you up, then just be thankful and just strive to be happy. Like, I understand that it'll be a very long, difficult road, but at the end of the day, it's you who are going to be living with yourself. It's you who will wake up and go to bed with. And if you don't feel happy, if you feel like you're doing something wrong, then just be who you are. If you want to be a female and you're a male, then go for it. If that's how you feel on the inside, then go for it, because it doesn't matter of what's happening around you. It doesn't matter about what society wants, because society is fucked up anyways. No matter what you do, society will always think that you're wrong. No matter what you look like, society will always tell you you're ugly. Like, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you feel like you're beautiful, feel like you're wanted, and feel like you're happy. Because that's all that matters in life, is that you strive to be happy. And if society doesn't want to see that, then tell them to fuck off. Give them that middle finger. And just be like, fuck you all. I am done. I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be who I want to be. And you are not gonna stop that. And I am very team happiness. I am very supportive of anything. I'm very people oriented, and if they want to be happy, if they want to get married to the same gender, if they want to be a male who's a female, or they want to be a female who's a male, then let them do that. There's nothing wrong with that. If that's how they feel on the inside, then let them be that, because they're suffering when you're pushing them down. You are. And it just sucks. And I really, like I said over and over again, I can't be the voice of that. I can't be the voice of that community, because I don't understand that community. I love boys. My past relationship was with a boy, but it is, just because I am straight doesn't mean that I don't feel what you don't feel, because it is very hard. Bullying can happen to anybody, and those videos that Bruce Jenner put on for the interview about women being pulled out and dragged out and being up on subways or in the bathroom or anything like that, it hurts. It really hurts, and it just sucks that most people won't see that. They say like, oh, they deserve that because they shouldn't be like that. They should go back to who they were. No. They're being who they are. I don't know if people were born that way, but if they grew up wanting to be someone else, or if they grew up in that open-minded house and let them do whatever they want, and they felt comfortable with wearing dresses or wearing suits, then we shouldn't stop them. Everybody deserves happiness, and everybody deserves to be accepted for who they are, and it sucks that people don't do that nowadays. And my heart goes out to them. It really does. And I really hope that Bruce, or whatever her name's gonna be, that she will have a wonderful life and an accepting life. And her children already accept her as her. So, and we need to have more people like that, more accepting. Yeah, it's gonna be hard at first when someone comes up to you about that issue. You're just gonna be very confused because you saw them as that other person. But just be supportive, because they came to you and they want you to be like, you know what? If your personality is gonna stay the same, then I love you. And my heart goes out to everybody who has lost someone because of bullying for who they are, and it sucks. I haven't lost anybody to bullying, but all these stories I've read, they're just heartbreaking. That this generation is very, like, you have to be perfect, you have to be straight, like, you don't have to be anything. The only person you have to be is you. And if that's being different, then fine. There's nothing wrong with being different. My thing is that we were raised to be different, but pressured to be the same as we grow up. And it's true. It's very true. So if you guys are watching this video, if you guys are going through changes, I know that I'm not the person to talk to about because I don't understand the change, but there are many transgender people who will talk to you, and if you really want to talk to someone, then talk to a therapist. There's nothing wrong with a therapist, or talk to your doctor, or if you haven't told anybody, just slowly start talking to someone, and then if they don't accept you, like I said, just tell them to fuck off and be like, you know what, I'm going to do this because this is me, and this is who I am. But I hope one day this world will be more accepting for those people, for everybody actually, because happiness is all we have. And if you tear happiness down from someone, if you rip out their heart, if you ripped out that light that shines from them, that makes them unique, then you're ripping out their soul, because they'll be gone. And there's nothing you can do.